What's up, guys? So in this video, you may have heard me talking in a couple of the other videos that I was purchasing something for the red car for the future, and I picked it up today, and I'll give you a little looky-see at it. So what I ended up purchasing is a rotating assembly, which was originally in the LSX that was in my red Mustang, as most of you probably know. So now the rotating assembly will eventually go back in the red Mustang. So what we got here is a Callies Dragon Slayer crankshaft. It is set up for 24X right now, but I will switch it to 58. And this is all ran in the old setup when the Mustang was twin turboed. So, and everything came apart and looked super well. I actually bought all this stuff from Steven, who is the local tuner. He's one of the best in the business, and he bought it to actually put beefier stuff in that motor. So I'm sure he's shooting for some huge power, but from everything I've read, all this stuff is good from anywhere from 1500 to 2000. So it'll definitely do what I like. So as I showed, we got the Callies Dragon Slayer, and then it's also got Callies Ultra I-beam rods and a Weisco piston. So this is for a 4.125 bore setup and is a 6.125 length rod. So I got all of them sitting here. Everything looks super mint on them. I will have the pistons just recoated here on the outsides, but other than that, everything is in mint shape. So I'm super stoked to do this. I mean, I've been looking for more power for a while, even though the car is fast as hell already. You always kind of want more, so that's kind of the plan. But don't expect anything to be moving along too quickly with this. If you've been looking for LSX blocks or anything like that, they're out, a long time. If I ordered one today, I'd be very lucky to see it by the beginning of winter. So in no way, shape, or form will I have this setup running anytime soon, but I just wanted to show it to y'all because this is part of my decision to sell the gray car. And after all the headache of sick week and blowing up a motor and not really knowing why and just kind of SBE life, I guess, we kind of want to move on to something. And Steven had all this stuff and pretty good deal, so I was like, why not? Might as well at least start planning ahead, because every single year the racing world gets faster, and if you're not adapting and changing, I'll fall behind the pace of everyone. So who knows, maybe even 2,000 horse will be slow by then. I have no idea, but we're going to get ready for it. I'm going to try to do this and just kind of acquire parts as I see fit and as I find stuff for good deals. So if I come across the block, hell yeah, I'm going to buy it. And then I'm going to start doing some research on cylinder heads and try to decide which ones I really like. I see a lot of people have great luck with the mast black label stuff, so I might look into them, but I got to research chamber softening and all kinds of stuff like that because there's just so much that goes into them. It's not an SBE motor where you're just slapping a set of heads on and letting them sing. So it'll definitely be a pretty large learning curve for me, but I'm super excited to do it. I've never really had a built motor or anything like that before, so finally got some good guts sitting here. But I'll probably clean them all up, maybe send the pistons out to get all that stuff put on them and get them all ready to go, at least so when the time comes, they're good to go. Yeah. As far as the old SBE motor, still waiting on cylinder heads for it. So it's just chilling here exactly as I left it in the last video when you guys saw it. So hopefully Jason over at Janderson Heads gets that all fixed up. He said he was going to snag my intake and port it out, or at least port match the ports inside, and I got to do some cleaning on it because it's still got piston guts all up in it. But yeah, trying to think if there's anything else I got to say about all this stuff. They made real healthy power in the LSX. I think it was making 1550 somewhere up nigh 1600, so definitely a real stout combination. That was on E85 too, with probably some undersized turbos in my opinion. So I'm really excited to see what it'll do. Probably with the big old VS boy. As long as this thing holds together through all my abuse, I'll probably run that one. I'll redo the kit because, like I've said in previous videos, not a big fan of that turbo kit. But yeah, it'll be pretty awesome. I'm also super happy that I did the car the way that I did too, because that transmission is ready for a lot of horsepower. So I shouldn't really have to mess with a whole lot of the stuff, and the rear ends was the same rear end that was in the LSX setup, so I shouldn't really have to mess with all that either. Just be a whole new learning curve and maybe throw my weight off since it's an iron block. But yeah, as you can see the old stock 8.8, it's all braced up. That should take some solid abuse. And then one other cool thing I got. My buddy Jeremy over at the Boogie Barn Garage, if you guys need auto service, hit him up. He decided that he didn't want his scales anymore. So I got some 4-wheel scales here. I haven't tried them out yet, obviously. The car's still in jack stands. But I'm super pumped too. I've never scaled a car. I've pulled this on like a typical corn silage scale and just seen what it weighed. But now I'll actually get to see what the real weight bias of it is, which I'm really excited to know because I feel like it's pretty good. And just by doing, kind of my in-the-head math, battery, fuel, intercooler in the trunk, I feel like it's going to be pretty even as far as left to right goes. So that'll be another fun little video to shoot and fun just learning experience. See if there's anything I can change, and especially for redoing the setup when we put the real motor in, what do I got to move around for weight? What should I change? What should I not change? So definitely some big things hopefully coming. Maybe in a year we'll have this setup going. It all depends on if I can find some parts available. So that's kind of the plan for all that. Just wanted to give you guys a little update on what's going on. I have not done anything with the motor yet since I'm still waiting for heads. But the weather's still here in Minnesota is pretty crappy, so it doesn't really look like I will be racing too soon. But that's about it. Just wanted to show you guys my big purchase, my first real motor. And for the record, I spent more on this stuff than I have on any SBE motor I've ever built. So a little scary for what I'm used to, but it should be pretty awesome. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you.